So you are interested to take public administration. So any specific reason for that? So before going to start my session, so let you know about me. So my name is Amarnath. So for last 14 years, I am teaching public administration. And coming to my UPSC experience from 2005 to 2010. So from 2005 to 2010, I have given all the mains. And when we were writing UPSC, we used to have two optionals. So my optionals were public administration and psychology. So right from beginning, that is right from my first attempt till my last attempt. That means from 2005 to 2010, it is almost it is all the 7 mains exams, right? So from my first attempt to last attempt, my score was never less than 300. The least mark I got in PubAd is 302 in my first attempt, and the highest mark I got in PubAd is 372. So which is till now the highest mark in UPSC. Alright. So I got this mark in 2008, that is in my 4th attempt. Alright. So that means if it is 372 previously, now you can equate it as 330 or around 320 marks. Now whether it is possible to score 300 plus marks in public administration. So just now I have seen, I think you have seen me evaluating an answer script. So he has written mains last year with public administration. With 2 months of preparation, he came to me after the prelims result, that is maybe in the month of July, and he gave his first mains exam, and in his first mains exam he scored 258 in public administration. So that is a live example. So you have seen. So he has got 258 in his first attempt, that too with a preparation of 2 months. Now if it is a preparation of 6 months, what can be the score? So if you can keep your efforts for 2 months and you can score 258, so I can ensure that you can score more than 280 marks. It is not that difficult in public administration. It is not that difficult. Alright? So if you ask me, and don't think that in public administration we are not getting 300 plus marks. In 2022, so one of our previous student got 320 marks in public administration. So even in public administration, there are candidates who are scoring 300 plus marks. So don't think that PubAd is what you call somewhat lesser when compared to other optionals. Alright. So if you ask me, it is easy and it is possible to score marks. Alright. Now what is the advantage of public administration? So let me first talk about the basic advantage of public administration. Alright. So if you take public administration, as a PPT unnada? Okay. So let me write. So in paper 1, there are 12 topics. The first one is about introduction. In this introduction, I'll give a rough picture of the entire syllabus so that you can know the basic advantage of public administration. Alright. So in the first chapter, it is all about the basics of the discipline. Alright. So another point. So before going to this, whether it is required to be a student of public administration to score 280 marks. So how many of you are from the arts background, the BA background? Alright. So I am from BTech. I have done my graduation in BTech Chemical Engineering. Alright. So to be frank to say, when I gave my first attempt, I have not took any coaching. Without any coaching, that too by doing job, in my first attempt, I cleared prelims with PubAd as optional, because when we were writing, we used to have optional in a prelims exam. So my prelims optional is public administration. So on my own, I read all the books, I made my own notes, and with that, I have cleared my first prelims exam, and that is the reason why I got 372 in mains. The reason is I had my own notes. Alright? So that means my point is to say that even a non-arts, even a non-pub art student can score 300 plus marks. Alright? So even from BTech background or from other vertical graduations, it is possible to score 300 marks. Alright? So if you take this, the first chapter, it is about the basics of public administration. So how public administration has emerged, the evolution of public administration. So what is administration? In what way administration is different from management? So there are many interdisciplines. Say for example, we have management and public administration. In what way PubAd and political science are different? Remember, PubAd and political science are overlapping subjects. Even in India, there are universities which provide PubAd as a part of political science. You take Hyderabad Central University, alright? When you go to HCU, alright, there PubAd is given as a part of political science, but not a separate discipline of public administration. Whereas in Usmania, you have a separate a separate discipline of public administration. So what is the difference between PubAd and political science? So what are different stages in which PubAd has evolved? Alright, so this is what been taught in introduction. Then we have the administrative thought. So it is simply a theories of administration. So we have different types of theories. Alright, and remember, the one who are good in these theories, the one who can really apply these theories, they can score more than 280 marks. The funda in public administration to get more than 280 is the application of the theories. If you are strong in application of chapter 1 and in chapter 2, if you are strong in applying the these two chapters, remember, you are going to get 270 marks. So this is one thing, right? So where we have different types of theories, such as classical theories, bureaucratic theories, human relations theories. So we have different types of theories, right? So I'll ask one question: whether administration deals with human beings, or does it deals with rules and regulations of an organization, or does it deals with this mechanical aspects of organization? Now, when you are working for an organization, whether you work as a human being or as a machine, you are made to work for 8 hours or 6 hours or 7 hours, whatever it may be. Whether you work as a human being or as a machine. Now, what is the difference between machine and a human being? Is there any difference? Machine doesn't require any rest. It will have the same kind of output irrespective of the time which is made to work. So there is no much rest required. But coming to man, now can you work like a machine? Can you work like a machine? Now simply a class of 1 hour and a class of 3 hours. Which is more effective? Which is more effective? Whether it is a class of 1 hour or a class of 3 hours. After 1 hour, somehow you will lose your patience. So after 1 hour, you will lose your concentration. Your attention span, it is very limited because we are not a machine. Sir, me manshulam sir, మేము మనుషులం కాదు, మహా ఎక్కువైతే అర్ధగంట కన్నా ఎక్కువ వినలేం క్లాసు, తర్వాత ఆటోమేటిక్గా బయటకు వెళ్ళిపోతాం, అంతేనా? నో, దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ద బేసిక్ థింగ్ ఈస్. సో మ్యాన్ ఈజ్ అ మ్యాన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ అ మెషిన్. సో ఓకే, whether public administration should deal with the humanistic aspect or a mechanical aspect of individuals in the organization. So to know this, we have different types of theories. So this is what you call the second chapter, administrative thought. Man as a machine, man as a machine, man as a human being. How to see a man? So we have different theories. All right. So we can classify. So these theories into different categories. All right. This is second chapter. Third, administrative behavior, where the focus will be on the behavior of individuals. All right. So what influences the behavior of individual? How many hours you work for civils exam? సివిల్స్ కొట్టడానికి ఎన్ని గంటలు వర్క్ చేస్తాను? 8 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours. So what makes you to work for civils exam? Is there anything that will guide you or that will direct you? Alright, so obviously we require patience. Alright, so along with patience we require hard work. Alright, so there are many things. So why we should show that patience, why we should show that hard work? Now why you are cracking civils exam? Why you want to crack civils exam? Is there anything special in civils exam? ఎక్కడ లేనిది స్పెషల్ ఏమన్నా సివిల్స్లో ఉన్న స్పెషల్ ఉన్నదా? ఏమున్నది స్పెషల్? పైసల్ సార్. It is about paisal. By the end of your career, after 30 years, you want to make more money and what you call money and more money. 1,000 crores, 2,000 crores. You have what you call a precondition target. పైసలు ఒకటేనా? అందరు చెప్పే ఆన్సర్ ఏంటిదంటే సర్వీసింగ్, టు సర్వ్ పూర్ సార్, టు సర్వ్ పీపుల్. ఈ మధ్యన యూపీఎస్ అప్లికేషన్ కూడా ఒకటి వచ్చింది, వై యూ వాంట్ టు జాయిన్ సివిల్స్ అని. రైట్, మనం ఆబ్వియస్గా పెట్టే ఆన్సర్ ఏంటిది? ఇట్ ఈస్ టు సర్వ్ నేషన్, టు సర్వ్ పీపుల్, టు సర్వ్ పూర్. రైట్, బట్ ద హిడెన్ అజెండా ఈస్ సంథింగ్ డిఫరెంట్, ఎంజాయింగ్ పవర్. Along with power, we want money. So these are two motivating factors. So motivation. What is motivating you? What is making you to have a night outs? అన్నం వదులుకొని, తిండి వదులుకొని, నిద్ర వదులుకొని ఎందుకు చదవాలి? There is something in there is something within us. What is that something? That is power. That is money. So it is these two things which are motivating you. It is these two things which are directing you. So administrative behavior, it is all about the motivating factors, motivational theories, leadership theories. Who is a good leader? Who is a leader? The one who shows power, the one who shows authority, the one who dictates, or the one who guides, the one who supports, and or the one who cooperates. So who is a leader? So what are the essential qualities of a leader? Tomorrow, right, you will become an administrator. As an administrator, so what is your first function? You work as a part of an organization. You will lead your team. You will lead your organization. So what you should show? మొన్న మధ్యన చూసినాం ఆపరేషన్ సింధూర్, అయిందా లేదా? సో what you call a military administrator should show to his team? The leadership qualities. What kind of qualities? What are important qualities? Alright, so you will come to know about all these things in this chapter. Now, is there anything which is difficult to learn here? Leadership theories, a general concept. Motivation theories, a general concept. And most importantly, there is a topic called as decision making. Alright, decision making. Now you are going to take a decision. Pabbatla undalna bovalna. No, it is an important area where you need to take a decision. So why you are choosing Pabad? Whether to stay in Pabad or not? So what is decision making? Why decision making is an important thing? Can there be an organization without decision making? There cannot be an organization without decision making. At each and every stage, each and every step, there is a decision making, communication. Alright? So, what is the basic nature of human beings? Can you sit alone? Can you stay in isolation? Can you sit alone? Can you exist in isolation? ఎవరితో సంబంధం లేకుండా ఖాళీ కూర్చుంటామా? ఎవరితో మాట్లాడకుండా ఉంటామా? It is not possible. We are not machines, sir. We are basically human beings. As a basic character of human being is we always chit chat with others. ఎవరు లేకపోతే ఫోన్ ఉంటుంది, దాంట్లో ఒక బాక్స్ ఉంటుంది మనకు, చాట్. అది దాన్ని ఏమంటాం, అది మన వాట్సాప్. We keep on talking, we keep on sharing information about everything. What are different ways of communicating with each other? We have formal channels, we have informal channels. సార్ మంచోడు కాదంట, ఇప్పుడే తెలిసింది. లోపల చెప్పారు, క్లాస్ లోపల చెప్పారు, బయట చెప్పుకుంటారు. ఫార్మల్ ఛానల్స్ అండ్ ఇన్ఫార్మల్ ఛానల్స్, గుసగుసలు. లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ యూపీఎస్లో క్వశ్చన్ ఇదే, మెయిన్స్లో. ఇట్ ఈస్ సింప్లీ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ గ్రేప్ వైన్. ద క్వశ్చన్ కేమ్ ఆన్ గ్రేప్ వైన్ ఫర్ 10 marks. Alright? So, this is what we learn in administrative behavior. Alright? Then, what you call different types of organizations. So, from here, you see those topics which are connected with other papers. Only first 3 chapters are exclusively belonging to public administration. Introduction, theories and behavior. These are the topics which actually belongs to PubAd. Now here this is a topic which is common to both PubAd as well as governance. Alright? So, what is ministry? What are headquarters? What is the relation between what you call a field and headquarter agencies? Say for example, we have secretariat and we have district collector, the office of district collector. So one is located in headquarters and the other one is located in the field agencies. So what is the relation between these two? What are functions performed by these organizations? That is what meant by the what you call ministries and departments and the field headquarter relations. Alright? The public-private partnership. Then coming to the topics of independent regulatory authorities. So these are common topics for both PubAd and GS. Now this is the next topic, accountability and control. It is totally of polity. If you are strong in polity, there is no need to prepare in public administration. Accountability and control, ensuring accountability of the executive. How the what you call accountability of executive is ensured? So what are different legislative controls? What are different parliamentary controls? What are different financial controls? How judiciary exercises control over administration? So all this we have judicial review. Alright? So we have a parliamentary questions, concept of budget, parliamentary committees, citizen control, how citizen exercises control over administration, the concept of citizen charters, social audit, using of media for exercising control over the administration. So these are the topics which are being taught in this chapter. There is nothing new here. The same topics which you find in governance paper, the same topics also are a part of your ethics paper. Alright? So if you are strong in PubAd, there is no need to have a separate preparation. Alright? Similarly, the concept of administrative law. I think you might have heard the topics like rule of law. Indar eppadana? Rule of law, administrative tribunals, delegated legislations, which are a part of polity. Again, there is no difference. Whatever you read in Lakshmikant, same thing we will be applying here. Alright? So, is there any separate preparation required now? Oka debbaku 3 pittalu. Aventi? One is polity and governance. Inkoti ethics paper. Adi marchipoddu. You can easily what you call score. You can easily attempt questions in ethics paper too. Alright? So comparative public administration. So this is again another chapter which exclusively belongs to PubAd. Shortly I use the word CPA, comparative public administration. Alright, of course we have a topic called as comparison of Indian constitution with other constitutions. Ekkadundi idi? Governance paper lo unnadi. Alright, so comparing, right, different administrative systems. Simply it is about comparing different types of countries. If we take this global world order, we have different types of countries which are categorized as developed countries, developing countries and underdeveloped countries. Alright, so what is the basic difference between developed and underdeveloped countries? So GDP is a measure of measuring them. Economic growth, it is a measure of measuring them. I'll give one simple example to make you understand. Alright, say for example, I'll take one example, and civils coaching institution containing only one faculty, one person teaching all the subjects. This is one kind of institution. Other kind of institution having multiple faculties to teach different subjects. And there are institutions where each subject is taught by more than one faculty. Now what is the difference in these three types of institutions? The concept of specialization. It is about specialization. One faculty teaching all the subjects. Will there be any specialization? No specializations. A general knowledge. Alright, you take one subject, one faculty, semi specialization. One subject, three faculties, highly specialization. Alright, Vajiram and Ravi, one subject, three faculties, high level of development. Amigos, one subject, one faculty. Alright, semi developing countries. Alright, and there are what you call institutions, one faculty teaching everything, underdeveloped countries. A simple logic of using Riggs. This is not my concept, it is a concept given by F.W. Riggs. So we compare different countries based upon what? Based upon specialization. Developed countries are those countries which are highly specialized, and underdeveloped countries are those countries which are not specialized. So that is what we will learn in this chapter. Alright, so can we say that every country in today's world are living independently, or is there any interdependence? మాకు ఎవరితో సంబంధం లేదు, మా కంట్రీ మేమే ఒకరు ఉంటాం అనుకుంటున్నారా, లేకపోతే ఈజ్ డూ కంట్రీ షోస్ ఎనీ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్ కనెక్టెడ్నెస్ అండ్ ఇంటర్డిపెండెన్స్? There is everything. Alright, like-minded fellows come together. Pakistan, China, kada? Like-minded fellows, Pakistan, China, Turkey, Azerbaijan. Valladoka mentality, manadoka mentality. Alright, so we are no country. That means no country can exist, no administrative system can exist in isolation. It always interacts, it always gets influenced by its own environment. That is the meaning of ecology of public administration. Ecology means what? The environment within which the administration is working. Alright, that is what ecology of administration means. Alright, so I'll take one simple example. When we talk about administration, so what constitutes ecology of administration? I'll talk about four things: the political environment, the economic environment, the socio-cultural environment, and the administrative environment. All these are a part of a nation. So public administration or administrative system or a bureaucratic system, it is always influenced by these what you call subsystems, or by this environment. Alright, I'll take one simple example to make you understand the meaning of interaction and influence. How many of you believe that there is an corruption in bureaucracy. How many of you believe that there is? చేతులు లేపండి, హార్లిక్స్ కూడా ఇస్తారు ఇక్కడ. So you feel that, and it is an accepted fact, it is open fact, and tomorrow you are going to be a bureaucrat. చేతుల బడంది మనము పెన్ను పట్టుకోము, నాకేంటి? అవునా కదా? అవునా కదా? అవునా కదా చెప్పండి. So because I think you are not machines, you are human beings, you have a family, you have your parents, right? And your parents, your family will always impose a burden to make more money, though it is not for you, it is for your own personal circle. So you make money, right? Now this is what, so we know that there is corruption in administration, right? Now who made administrator to get corrupted? Who made administrator to get corrupted? Alright, I'll take one simple example. You want a permission for your house. Illu kattukodaniki permission kavali. You went to MRO office or you went to Tehsildar office. And first day nothing happened. Second day nothing happened. Third day nothing happened. So what will you realize? What will you do to get your work done? Now after 4 days what will happen? When you constantly interact with that officer, over a period of time, you will start engaging with that officer. You will start some kind of an informal relation. There will be a one fine day where you start offering money. Sir, na file complete cheyandi sir, man baga chusukunta ani cheptaru. Ela chusukuntaru? Only one thing, santakam pettandi sir, paisal ista ani artham, ante. Now who has made that officer to get corrupted? People, society. Where is corruption? Corruption is in the mind of people. It is in the society. Society want everything to be done, right, at a faster rate. Society want immediate service. People doesn't want to follow rules. No, to avoid rules, what you do? You offer something. Alright? If you don't offer, what will happen? They will list out all the rules. రూల్స్ మాట్లాడద్దు అంటే చేతిలో బరువు పడాలి, అవునా కదా? బరువు పడకపోతే ఏమవుతుంది? రూల్స్ ఎక్కువ మాట్లాడతారు. దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ గైడింగ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ఫర్ యూ. టుమారో వన్స్ యూ బికమ్ అన్ IAS ఆఫీసర్, టుమారో వన్స్ యూ గెట్ ఇన్ టు సర్వీస్, వాట్ యూ షుడ్ డూ? యూ షుడ్ నో ఎవ్రీ రూల్. నా వై దీస్ రూల్స్ ఆర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్? పైసలు కావాలంటే రూల్స్ అన్నీ తెలిసి ఉండాలి. యువర్ పెన్ పవర్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 100 crores. ఒక సంతకం పెడితే 100 కోట్లు పడతాయి, మీ ఇష్టం. రైట్, అది. So this is an interaction between administration and socio-cultural system. Administration will not work in isolation. It is always influenced. Do you accept that there is a political pressure on administration? To whom you work? You work for yourself, first thing. Second, you work for politician because you wanted blessings. If there is no blessing of a politician, you can't stay in your chair. For every month you need to rotate. Alright? So that is what we will learn in ecology of administration. So all this is given by Riggs. Alright? Now the next chapter is development administration, a part of your GS. You have a separate topic called as role of bureaucracy in development. A topic both in what you call GS paper 2 as well as in GS paper 4. What do you mean by development? What do you mean by development? Now, what is development? Who should bring development? Alright? Whether really development took place because of political system and bureaucratic system. Do you really think that development has come because of bureaucrats? Yes or no? మన కోసం మనం పని చేసుకుంటే డెవలప్మెంట్ వస్తుందా? చెప్పు. మన జేబు నిండాలి, మన ఇల్లు మంచుకుంటే చాలు. ఇట్లాంటి మైండ్ సెట్ ఉంటే డెవలప్మెంట్ వస్తుందా? అదే కౌంటర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ థీసిస్ ఆర్ యాంటీ డెవలప్మెంట్ థీసిస్. Political system and what you call bureaucratic system, both are actively involved in bringing development. Then what is the role of people? Do people have any effective role in development concept? ఇచ్చింది తీసుకోవాలి అంతే, ఎక్కువ మాట్లాడద్దు. There is no active role for people. Whatever been given by, whatever offered by state, it should be taken. Now this is what the traditional concept of development, and this was followed by every country. When this concept was followed, when this approach was followed, what is the level of development achieved by different countries? In 75 years, countries like India have achieved any significant rise in living standards of all? Is there any significant change? Even after 75 years, still we talk about inequalities. Even after 75 years, we still talk about poverty and unemployment. That means what? When there is an existence of poverty, unemployment, inequalities, these are nothing but the features of underdevelopment. 75 years una sare, there is no development. Now who is the reason for this underdevelopment or undevelopment? What is the reason for this lack of development? Now who should be blamed for this? నువ్వే చెప్పిందాక. Now who should be blamed? గవర్నమెంట్ అంటే ఎవరు? పొలిటీషియన్స్ కాదా? So it is the state, both politicians and bureaucrats. Unless there is a people participation, there won't be development. That is the reason why today we talk about active participation of people. That is what social audit is. Alright, so we'll come to know about all these things. Alright, so this is what we deal in development administration. Role of bureaucracy, role of administration in bringing development. Alright, so market based, markets versus state. Right, today we are in the era of liberalized world, privatized world. Alright, so how many of you are using BSNL? How many of you are using mobile phones? అందరి దగ్గర ఉన్నాయి. How many of you are using BSNL SIM card? ఎవరి దగ్గర లేవు. We use Jio, we use Airtel. That means no one wants state, everyone wants markets, private sector. Now what is the level of society depending upon government? Do you think that still society is depending upon government for its existence? Do you depend upon government for your existence? అట్లయితే ఈ పాటికి ఎప్పుడో గవర్నమెంట్ స్టడీ సర్కిల్కి పోయేటోళ్ళు, అంతే కదా. మనకు తెలంగాణ స్టడీ సర్కిల్, బి స్టడీ సర్కిల్, ఎస్సీ స్టడీ అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి, అడిగి పోం మనం. Right, because you don't depend on government for your existence. You have enough capacity, right, to deal your issues on your own. You have market mechanisms. That means, can we say that markets have totally replaced the government? Yes or no? Avuna? But to whom double bedrooms are given? To whom Revant Anna is giving free bus? To whom PDS is given? PDS తీసుకునే వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారా ఇండియాలో? ఉన్నారా లేదా? వైట్ కార్డ్ హోల్డర్స్ ఉన్నారా లేదా? అంటే అర్థం ఏంటిది? స్టిల్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ సెగ్మెంట్ ఇన్ ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ, a section of Indian people who are dependent on government. Now what is important? Whether markets or state, whether markets can really replace state. Whether markets can really replace state? Not completely. And in fact, there is no institution which can really replace state. గవర్నమెంట్ని రీప్లేస్ చేసేది లేదా బ్యూరోక్రసీని రీప్లేస్ చేసే ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఇంతవరకు రాలేదు, రాదు కూడా. అది ఎప్పటికీ పాసిబుల్ కాదు. బికాస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద బేసిక్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఆన్ విచ్ ద స్టేట్ వర్క్, ది మార్కెట్స్ వర్క్? Profits. They want profits. When they want profits, do they respect rights of people? Right? Do they promote egalitarian society? Do they promote justice? Justice ఉండదు, egalitarian society ఉండదు, ఈక్వాలిటీ ఉండదు, ప్రాఫిట్స్ ఒక్కటే ఉంటుంది. అంటే అర్థం ఏంటిది? When you give importance to profits, automatically it will lead to social disparities. Now, who should take care of all these things? Who should take care of ill effects of markets? Ill effects created by markets? Government. Ante the important role of government, the important role of public administrator is to balance the needs of people as well as the needs of markets. There is one debate with the emergence of markets, the role of bureaucrats, the role of public administrators has come down. Do you really accept with this debate? Do you really accept that the role of public administrators has come down just because of the emergence of private sector or markets? మార్కెట్ ఫిలాసఫీ రావడం వల్ల, ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ రావడం వల్ల ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ తగ్గిందా పెరిగిందా? వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్? డోంట్ థింక్ అబౌట్ పబాడ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ కామన్ థింగ్ ఇన్ ది ఎంటైర్ సివిల్స్. Do you think that the importance of government has come down or has increased? Markets valla government functions తగ్గినాయి. There is a rollback of state, but the complexity has increased. Now, who should deal with these complexities? Then ever deal cheyali? Government deal cheyali. Government should take care of these complexities. That means the burden of government has increased, the burden of public administration has increased. There is a debate that future lo 50 years tarvata public servants avasaram ledantunnaru. Do you really think that there is the role of public servants will come down in the next 50 years? Ayyo, appudu okavela if really the importance of public servants comes down, then what is the use of this coaching? చాలా ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్తో వచ్చింది ఇక్కడికి మీరు, అవునా? ఒకవేళ పబ్లిక్ సర్వెంట్స్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ తగ్గింది అనుకోండి, మీ పరిస్థితి ఏంటిది? అసలు తగ్గుతుందా? తగ్గదు. No country, whether it is developed or developing or underdeveloped, the importance of public servants always lies because they are the basic fabric of a nation. Alright? So that is what we will discuss in this chapter. Then next, coming to personal administration, nothing but human resource management, HRM. Alright? So you are going to write UPSC exam. Alright? What is the function of UPSC? What does UPSC do? Recruitment. ఇంకో చెప్తాను బాబు, మేము చెప్తాను. రిక్రూట్మెంటేనా? సేమ్ ఆన్సరా? It is a recommendatory body. Okay. Any answer from this side? UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. Unlimited or what you call unpredicted public service commission. 372 వచ్చినాయి సార్, సర్వీస్ ఎందుకు రాలేదు మీకు? క్వశ్చన్ వచ్చింది ఎవరికన్నా? వచ్చిందా? 372 హైయెస్ట్ మార్క్, అయినా సర్వీస్ రాలేదు. అదే యూపీఎస్సీ ఎగ్జామ్ అంటే. 372 ఇన్ పబాడ్, 328 ఇన్ సైకాలజీ, 117 ఇన్ ఎస్ఏ, 156 ఇంటర్వ్యూ. 18th ర్యాంకర్ కంటే 20 మార్క్స్ ఎక్కువ నాకు. మరి ఎక్కడ మిస్ అయింది ఇడా? ఒక్కదాని మార్క్స్ నేను చెప్పలేదు. 2 ఆప్షనల్స్లో చెప్పిన, ఎస్ఏ మార్క్స్ చెప్పిన, ఇంటర్వ్యూ మార్క్స్ చెప్పిన. మరి ఏం మిస్ చేసిన? జిఎస్ మార్క్స్ మిస్ చేసిన. 168 2 పేపర్లు కలిపి. 50 మార్కులు వచ్చి ఉంటే 100 లోపు ర్యాంక్ పడేది. మరి ఆ ఇయర్ ఎందుకు వచ్చి ఉంటే అందుకే వచ్చినాయి, నాకు కూడా తెలియదు ఎందుకు వచ్చినాయో. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ unpredicted public service commission. So what is the role of UPSC? See, it is not about what you call creating a discouragement or frightening you. Alright? కాకపోతే చాలా బ్యాలెన్స్డ్గా ఉండాలి యూపీఎస్సీ ప్రిపరేషన్ అంటే. అన్నిటిని ఈక్వల్గా బ్యాలెన్స్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పినా కదా 258. ఆ అబ్బాయికి హీ గాట్ 65 ఇన్ వన్ పేపర్, 68 ఇన్ వన్ పేపర్, 75 ఇన్ అనదర్ పేపర్, 95 ఇన్ వన్ పేపర్. 2 జిఎస్ పేపర్లో 100 మార్కులు దాటి ఉంటే ర్యాంక్ వచ్చేది పిల్లగానికి. Alright? So you need to balance everything. Right? So what is the role of UPSC? Remember, UPSC has nothing to do with recruitment, training and all these things. It is only a testing body. It will only test your merit, your different abilities. So what is human resource means? What are different functions involved in this personal administration? It includes recruitment, different types of recruitment, different principles that are used in recruitment, training, what is training, alright, what are different types of training, alright, what are different training institutions, transfers, promotions, and all these things. And most importantly, the issues of values in public services. So this is a topic that is common to your ethics paper. Grievance redressal measure, mechanisms, values in public services. Alright, so what are the basic foundational values of public services? Can anyone say in the class? What are the basic foundational values in public services? You are writing civil service exam. What are basic themes or basic principles on which the entire civil services lies on? Whether biasness or unbiasedness. Chappandi. Whether public servant should be biased or unbiased. Unbiased. Impartiality. Another principle is neutrality. Civil service neutrality and civil service impartiality. These are two things on which the entire public services rests. That these are the two important virtues or values in public services. So which we talk in personal administration, the code of conduct for public servants. Do a public servant has a right to talk in media? Whether a public servant can address a media? Do they have the right to talk to media? Public servants have no right to talk to media. They have no right. Alright? So, they are always required to act from behind the curtain. Alright? So, we will talk about these kind of principles. Public policy, another important topic. So these are the different topics. So public policy again, it's a part of your GS paper. In GS governance paper, you have this topic of public policy. Every year you see a question on policy formulation or policy implementation. Alright? So I'll ask one question. What is India's first flagship poverty alleviation program? First flagship poverty alleviation program or first flagship rural development program in India? Everyone idea unda? 5-year plans lo it is part of one of the 5-year plan. So how many of you heard the word of IRDP, Integrated Rural Development Program? So I think you know about Food for Work program. Alright? I think you have the idea about this. Food for Work program, public distribution system. So these are a part of 5th 5-year plan and 6th 5-year plan. Alright? And these programs were started in 1975. If you take for our 20-point program, it was in 1975. IRDP, it was in 1978. But they could not achieve results when compared to the results achieved by what is a NREGA? MNREGA, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program. Why NREGA was more successful when compared to this IRDP? Chala programs vachinayi. 1978 nunchi modalu pedite 2001 varaku we had plenty programs. For every 2 years, 3 years we have a different program. So why that programs have failed in achieving the result? Why this was more successful? Can anyone has give me the answer? What is the reason for the failure of the previous programs and what is the reason for the success of this program? అది ఆబ్జెక్టివ్. అన్నిటి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఒకటే, కానీ ఇంతకుముందు ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఎందుకు ఫెయిల్ అయినాయి, ఇప్పుడు ఇవి ఎందుకు అంత సక్సెస్ఫుల్ అయిపోయింది? ఇక్కడ విషయం ఏంటంటే the kind of implementation. It is about the nature of implementation. The nature of awareness created. Today people are more aware about the what you call the government programs. People are more about they are more aware about their entitlements. Alright, where in the previous decades there was no such awareness. When there was no awareness, there is no participation, there is no beneficiary. Today there is awareness and people are taking the benefits of this. So this is an important factor in policy implementation. So what is public policy? What is public policy cycle? What are different factors that influences policy formulation? Every time you see a question both in PubAd as well as in GS paper 2. Factors and institutions involved in policy formulation, policy implementation and policy evaluation. Alright, so we'll learn all these things in this chapter. Alright, techniques of administrative improvement. So different ways of improving, bringing reforms in the organization. You always talk about administrative reforms. What do you mean by reform? What do you mean by reform? Bringing changes. So what need to be changed? What should be the ultimate goal of this change? ఒక చేంజ్ మనం తీసుకొస్తున్నామంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ద అల్టిమేట్ గోల్ ఆఫ్ దట్ చేంజ్? మోర్, దట్ ఈస్ బెటర్ సర్వీసెస్, ప్రమోటింగ్ సర్వీస్ డెలివరీ, ఎఫిషియన్సీ, ఎఫెక్టివ్నెస్ అండ్ ఎకానమీ. 3 E's. These are very important things. To improve these 3 E's, we require changes. So what need to be done to improve this efficiency and economy? Where the focus should be on? Focus should be on rules, removing unwanted rules. Focus should be on procedures. Focus should be on principles. And more importantly, focus should be on your behavior. Avuna kada? The efficiency of an organization always depends upon the behavior of the incumbents. The efficiency of the organization always depends upon the efficiency of the individuals who are working in that organization. It need to be changed. Alright, so that is what we will discuss in this topic. Now another topic is financial administration, budget, accounts, auditing, then public borrowings. These are the topics that are there in this chapter, which is not at all different from polity. The same topic. What is budget? What is budget? If you are given 1,000 rupees tonight, what will you do? ఈ రోజు 1000 రూపాయలు ఇస్తే ఏం చేస్తారు ఈ పూటకి? ఇచ్చి చూడండి సార్, తర్వాత చెప్తాం సంగతి. ఇచ్చినాకనే తెలుస్తుంది ఏందన్నది. ఎందుకంటే ఇచ్చినాకనే స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది మైండ్లో, అప్పటిదాకా ఏం స్టార్ట్ కాదు. 1000 రూపాయలు ఇస్తే ఏం చేస్తారు? సినిమా చూస్తాం సార్, స్పెండింగ్ దాచిపెట్టుకుంటాం సార్. కొంతమంది కంజూస్ గాన్లు ఉంటారు, దాచిపెట్టుకుంటారు. రైట్, లేదు సార్ మేము బాగా వీఆర్ మచ్ వాట్ టు కాల్ సో హానెస్ట్ అండ్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ పర్చేసింగ్ బుక్స్, మెటీరియల్స్, పుస్తకాలు కొనే బ్యాచ్. బయాలజికల్ యాంగ్జైటీ రిలీఫ్, BAR, అదొక బ్యాచ్ ఉంటుంది. రైట్, so that means what is budget? When you are given 1,000, what will you do? You make a plan, a financial plan. Budget is simply nothing but a financial plan that you make. Plan of spending, plan of saving, productive expenditure, unproductive expenditure. That is what budget means. Now why budget should be given importance? Why budget should be given importance? Same as us. Can you come out without 10 rupees in your pocket? జేబులో 10 రూపాయలు లేకుండా అడుగు బయట పెడతారా? 10 లేదు సార్, మినిమం 100 కాగితం జేబులు ఉంటేనే కాలు బయట పడుతుంది, లేకపోతే ప్రసక్తే లేదు సార్. వి కాంట్ కమ్ అవుట్. We are totally insecure if there is no 100 in our pocket. చచ్చిపోతాం 100 రూపాయలు లేకపోతే. Same as an individual, government cannot exist without paisal. Alright, budget is everything for government. Budget is core part of government. These are not my words, these are given by Kautilya himself. No government can exist without budget. That is the reason why every government always thinks about making money. ఎట్లా చేసి పైసలు సంపాదించాలి. రైట్, ఏమో ఇప్పుడు గోదావరి పుష్కరాలు అవుతాయా సార్? గోదావరేనా? గవర్నమెంట్ రిక్వైర్స్ ఇట్, పైసలు కావాలి. There should be some kind of mechanism. Alright, so this is what been discussed in this what you call financial administration. This is what about paper 1. So is there anything which is new in paper 1? Hardly there are 5 chapters. Remaining all are a part of your GS which are known to you. 5 chapters తప్పించి మిగతా 5 కూడా. So there are 12 chapters in this paper 1. Right, 5 are new to you and 7 are already you have gone through in your polity. There is nothing new. That means in paper 1, if there is anything which is burden, it is this 5 chapters. And the remaining 7 they are a part of your GS. So there is nothing much new. Now coming to paper 2, ఇది polity paper ఇక దీంట్లో ఇంకేం లేదు. How Indian administration has evolved. Kautilya's Ardhashastra. మీకు తెలియకపోతే you have Mauryans, Kautilya, Saptanga theory. Alright, Kautilya Saptanga theory. Alright, then you have Mughals. It is a part of your history. The same thing, whatever you have read in your history part, the same thing again we will come to know or we will revise here in public administration. British legacy from 1773 Act to from 1773 Act to 1935 Act. The British contribution to constitutional development. Whether Britishers have ever contributed to the local bodies in India? Yes or no? Yes. Who is regarded as Magna Carta of local self-governments? Who is called as a Magna Carta of local self-governments? Is there anyone? ఎప్పుడన్నా విన్నట్టు అనిపించిందా? Who is that person? తెలీదా? లార్డ్ రిప్పన్. ఇట్ వాజ్ లార్డ్ రిప్పన్ 1882. అంటే ఈవెన్ దెర్ ఆర్ సమ్ కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్స్ మేడ్ బై పీపుల్ లైక్ లార్డ్ రిప్పన్ ఫర్ లోకల్ గవర్నమెంట్స్. రైట్, సో ఈజ్ దెర్ ఎనీ కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ టువర్డ్స్ వాట్ యు కాల్ development of modern day Indian administration? Contribution of Britishers towards development of civil services. Who is called as father of civil services? లార్డ్ మెక్కాలే కాదు, ఆయనకన్నా ముందు ఇంకోడున్నాడు. లార్డ్ కానింగ్ కాదు భయ్, కార్నవాలిస్. లార్డ్ కార్నవాలిస్, the first person to introduce the concept of civil services. Macaulay merit system. Alright, so we have some contributions of civil service, what you call this Britishers towards civil services. The office of district collector. Alright, so that is what we will learn in first chapter of second paper. Forever the Constitution of India, salient features of Indian Constitution, fundamental rights, fundamental duties, preamble, the entire value settings, the concept of bureaucracy and democracy, the concept of bureaucracy and development. Already this is a topic which is mentioned in paper 1. మీరు కొత్తగా చదివేది ఏమి ఉండదు ఇక్కడ. ఆ టాపిక్ దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్రెడీ దేర్ ఇన్ పేపర్ 1. అక్కడ చదువుతారు, ఇక్కడ దీన్ని వదిలేసుకుంటారు, అవసరం లేదు ఇక్కడ. రైట్, సో పబ్బాడి ఎందుకు ఈజీ అంటే ఇదే రీజన్. మొత్తం అన్ని చాప్టర్లు చదవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. కరెక్ట్గా 8 చాప్టర్లు చదువుకుంటే పేపర్ 1 పేపర్ 2కి మీరు 250 మార్కులు ఈజీగా స్కోర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. 2 months ప్రిపరేషన్ తో 258 ఎట్లా పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది? అన్నీ చదవాల్సిన అవసరం ఉండదు. కరెక్ట్గా పేపర్ 1లో 5 టాపిక్స్, పేపర్ 2లో 3 టాపిక్స్. ప్రొవైడెడ్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ స్ట్రాంగ్ ఇన్ పాలిటీ, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎనఫ్ టు స్కోర్ అ డీసెంట్ స్కోర్ ఆఫ్ 250. ఇప్పుడు కూడా మీరు రాసిన అంటే ఇన్ యువర్ ఫస్ట్ అటెంప్ట్. Alright, so this is what about the second chapter. కాన్స్టిట్యూషనల్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్. అసలు మీరు సిలబస్ చూడండి ఎన్ని లైన్లు ఉన్నదో, ఒక్కొక్క చాప్టర్ ఒక్కొక్క లైన్ అంతే. రైట్. పబ్లిక్ సెక్టార్ యూనిట్స్, పిఎస్యూస్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ పిఎస్యూస్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ పబ్లిక్ సెక్టార్ యూనిట్స్? Do PSUs have any purpose of their own? I think you have learned in your economy part, Indian economy, industrial sector. Right? What is the purpose of public sector? Providing of goods, producing goods and distribution of goods. Goods తయారు చేయడము, goodsని అమ్మడము. రైట్. ఇక్కడ పెద్ద డిబేట్ ఉంటుంది. The debate lies in this role of PSUs. Alright, so they are made to produce goods, but who have dictated the prices of these goods and services? The selling price. Under whom these public sector units have worked initially? It is under the government. Second 5-year plan, PC Mahalanobis strategies, focus on basic and heavy industries. Government was given the responsibility of setting up these public sector units, because government has the what you call a socialistic role. Government has the responsibility of attaining the welfare state. What is welfare state? What is welfare state? A state, a nation where there are no inequalities. When there won't be inequalities? When people have equal access to all the goods and services. అంతే కదా, అందరికీ అన్ని అందుబాటులో ఉన్నప్పుడే, when people have access to all these goods and services, then the inequalities will be removed. Now who should provide all these goods and services? Government has the responsibility, because government is a moral agent. Government was given the responsibility by the constitution. When you see part 4 of Indian constitution, what part 4 says? Each and every article of part 4, it is the duty of the state, it is the duty of the state అని ఉంటుందా లేదా? మీరు పార్ట్ 4లో తీసుకున్నప్పుడు, when you see this part 4, it starts with the word of duty of the state. That means state is given the obligation, article 38 of Indian constitution, which highlights, which provides the goal of egalitarian society, which provides the goal of welfare state. So government has the role of establishing welfare state by providing goods and services, right? Goods and services at an affordable prices. So government should ensure that all the goods are at affordable prices, so that everyone can have access. If they are not affordable, do these people of India, do the citizens of India can have access? అఫోర్డబుల్గా లేకపోతే యాక్సెస్ ఉంటుందా? ఉండదు. యాక్సెస్ ఉండాలి అంటే అఫోర్డబుల్గా ఉండాలి. కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్ 100 రూపాయలు అంటే దాన్ని ఎంతకు అమ్మాలి? 50 రూపాయలకే అమ్మాలి. మిగతాది సబ్సిడీ. ఇండియా is the only country which provides all these kind of subsidies. I'm talking about 1960s and 1970s, when these PSUs were started. Government took the responsibility of providing all these goods and services at an affordable prices by in the name of what you call subsidies, where the selling price is less than cost price. If government sells these goods at a price which is less than cost price, what will be the impact? Well, first year okay, 10 years okay, తర్వాత ఏమవుతుంది? Over a period of time, what will the impact? What happened in 1990s? Those PSUs which are set up in 1960s and 1970s, by 1990s they were closed down. అంతేందుకు మనకు హైదరాబాద్ ఉన్న BHEL, there was one factory called as RCF, Rashtriya Chemicals and Fertilizers, which was set up in Ramagundam before NTPC. Now how many of you know this? How many of you know about this RCF? Idea unda? No one has idea, because there is no RCF today. Closed down. Enduku closed down? Why these PSUs were closed down? Because what is the basic reason for this closure of PSUs? సెల్లింగ్ ప్రైస్ కాస్ట్ ప్రైస్ కన్నా తక్కువ ఉంటే ఏమవుతుంది? లాసెస్ ఉంటుంది. అంతకుమించి కదా దాని పెద్ద లాజిక్ ఏం లేదు కదా. ఇఫ్ లాస్ ఆర్ మేడ్ కంటిన్యూస్లీ ఫర్ డికేడ్స్ టుగెదర్, వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్? there won't be any other choice but to close them. That is the reason why in 1990s this LPG has come out. LPG was forced on India. In 1990s, what could be the GDP, what you call the growth rate of India? What, according to your estimation, according to your assumption, what could be the growth rate of India in 1990s? Just imagination. మామూలుగా అజ్యూమ్ చేయండి, విచ్ ఇస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ యువర్ యూపీఎస్సీ ప్రిలిమ్స్ ఎగ్జామ్. అవునా కదా, ప్రిలిమ్స్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్ అబౌట్ గెస్సింగ్. గెస్ చేయండి, ఆడ మనకు వచ్చింది ఏమి ఉండదు, ఆడిచ్చింది మనం గెస్ చేయడమే. ఇట్ వాజ్ లెస్ దెన్ 3%. గ్రోత్ రేట్ వాజ్ లెస్ దెన్ 3%. దెర్ ఈస్ నో ఫారెన్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ రిజర్వ్స్, రైట్? సో India was struggling. That is the reason why we had this liberalization. What is the growth rate of Pakistan? India 3% ఉంటే పాకిస్తాన్ ఎంత ఉండాలి? ఇదే మనకున్న మిస్కన్సెప్షన్. 1 కాదు, 8%, 9% గ్రోత్ రేట్ వాళ్ళది. 2000 వరకు పాకిస్తాన్ వాజ్ 10 times ahead of Indian economy in terms of growth rate. ఇది యాక్చువల్ రియాలిటీ. అండ్ టుడే వీ హ్యావ్ పుష్ దెమ్ బ్యాక్. పాకిస్తాన్కి ఎందుకంత పొగరంటే 1960s నుంచి 1999 వరకు, 1995 వరకు పాకిస్తాన్ వాజ్ అహెడ్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎకానమీ. దో ఇండియా హ్యాస్ డిఫీటెడ్ మిలిటరీలీ, బట్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎకనామిక్ పవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వాట్ కాల్ సమ్వాట్ బెటర్ దెన్ ఇండియా. ఇట్ ఈస్ అ డిఫరెంట్ స్టోరీ, మన అది ఇంకో స్టోరీ అది. కానీ ఇక్కడ పాయింట్ ఏంటిదంటే, so PSUs were closed down. The reasons for closure of PSUs, the impact of LPG, the reforms brought by the government of India to revive these PSUs. Do you think that all PSUs are under control of government today? Do you think that PSUs are under control of government? Every PSU today got privatized. They were disinvested. Where is Air India? Air India gone in the air. There is no Air India in public sector. Where is BSNL? Except in Lakdikapul, there is no BSNL. There is no building of BSNL. The property has been sold out. That means, so this is the impact of privatization, right? So we will learn all these things in this chapter, which is useful for both PubAd as well as your economy paper. Union government. What is president? What is prime minister? What is the relationship between president and prime minister? Right? What is union cabinet? Right? What is central secretariat? What is cabinet secretariat? What is prime minister's office? Who is more important, whether PMO or cabinet secretary? No, who is more important? Who has more power, whether cabinet secretary or a PMO? So in terms of rules, it is cabinet secretary, but in terms of practice, PMO has become more powerful today. No, it is just because of our Indira Gandhi, the iron lady of India. Iron lady, iron leg. మీ ఇష్టం ఎట్లా అనుకోండి. రైట్? సో PMO strengthen చేయడం కారణము ఇందిరాగాంధీ. So how the role of PMO has got changed with different prime ministers, because it is upon the prime minister, it is upon the nature of prime minister, the ability of prime minister, the role of PMO and cabinet secretary depends upon. So we will learn about all these things. Parliament, functions of parliament, the Supreme Court, the functions of Supreme Court, the debates on the Supreme Court, right? So this is the topic of union government. Then coming to the next chapter, plans and priorities. So is there anything different in PubAd here? PubAd లో డిఫరెంట్గా ఉన్నదా? పాలిటీలో మీరు ఏం చదువుకుంటే అంతే. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ డిబేటు. ఒక చిన్న క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతా. వెదర్ ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్, now you are seeing Narendra Modi, the most powerful leader in the world, right? Whether a prime minister in Indian constitution can become authoritative. Can we say that Indian prime minister is authoritative? ఒకటే చెప్పండి, ఎస్ ఆ నో? ఎస్ అయితే ఎందుకు, నో అయితే ఎందుకు? Yes or no first? Whether Indian Prime Minister can become authoritative? Do you have the right to speak or right to silence? What you are following? Right to speech or right to silence? Class lo matam right to speech undali, right to silence paniki raadu. Alright, so in my class there should be an interaction. Alright, so whether Prime Minister is authoritarian or not, no. Why no? Authority lies, that means president is authoritative. సగం సగం సార్, సగం ప్రెసిడెంట్ సగం ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ అంతే అనుకుందామా? నో, డూ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ తెలుగు? యూ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ బట్ యూ కాంట్ స్పీక్. ఓకే, సమ్ a little bit. Okay, whatever it may be. That means according to him, I don't know your name, prime minister and president are sagam authoritative, partly authoritative. Ikkada question. Now whether president can really become authoritative? No, because Article 74, president should always act on the advice of council of ministers. He is just like a husband, right? Should always listen to the wife, what you call words of wife. Now who is wife here? Prime Minister. Prime Minister is more authoritative, right? Prime Minister being the leader of the council of ministers, he always guides president. So president cannot become authoritative. But here the question comes on Prime Minister. Whether Prime Minister is authoritative? Even Prime Minister cannot be authoritative, because it is not a one-man show in India. We have a cabinet form of government. Prime Minister is a primus inter pares, one among the equals. All the members of government are equal. Prime Minister cannot take his own decisions. He only acts as spokesperson of the government, a political spokesperson of the government. That is, he will announce the decisions taken by the cabinet. He cannot take his own decisions. Even if cabinet takes a decisions, even if PM takes a decisions, who is there to control Prime Minister and his government? Who is there to control PM and government? Parliament, Lok Sabha. You have different instruments. Zero hour ane, we have what you call question hour ane, lekapothe most importantly no confidence motion. There is a parliamentary control. Manaku first paper lo undi, parliamentary control over executive. How parliament exercises control? Now we have different instruments of parliamentary control. We have judicial control. If government goes for any excess, now who is there to protect people? Who is there to protect government? What you call say constitution? Who is the guardian? Who is the kukka of people and constitution? Watchdog, kapala kukka. Supreme Court, we have watchdog, which can really act as what you call a protector of people as well as constitution. So there is every check and balance. Prime Minister cannot become an authoritative one, right? So these are the kind of things that we will learn. Polity ki public difference ante here we will raise more debates. Here we will have an analytical discussions, right? So in polity we'll come to know the facts, and here the facts which are learned in polity are made to discuss and they are analyzed. Alright. Similarly is the topic of plans and priorities, the concept of 5-year planning, the concept of what you call the Niti Ayog. How Niti, only one question that comes in UPSC. Mottam chapter okate question vastadi, adi the role of Niti Ayog, nothing more than that. Alright. So the role of Niti Ayog in development of India. Whether Niti Ayog has really played an effective role in bringing development in India? Whether Niti Ayog has really played an effective role in bringing development? Yes or no? Atmanirbhar Bharat, made in India, బాంబులు, మిజైల్స్లు, ట్యాంకులు, గన్నులు ఎఫెక్టివా కదా? Now from where this Atmanirbhar Bharat came out? It is a brainchild of Niti Ayog. Digital India, చాలా ఉన్నాయి అట్లాంటివి మనకి. So that means by using these examples, can we say that Niti Ayog is effective institution? Yes. in what way Niti Aayog is different from the previous institutions. Previously we used to have Planning Commission, National Development Council. Is there any difference between these? So we'll come to know about this in this chapter. Alright, then state government. State government అంటే ఎవరు? One question, that one governor. Fix అయిపోండి. Controversial role on governor. Alright, governor is always hot topic in PubAd. Alright, and this year 3 or 4 questions came on in prelims on governor. Alright, governor లేకుండా UPSC క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ఉండదు. అది ప్రిలిమ్స్ కానివ్వండి లేకపోతే PubAd పేపర్ కానివ్వండి. Definite question on governor. That too on controversial role, because every day, every year, every month you see this controversy surrounding around governor. Alright, so governor, center state relations, the changing center state relations in India. Do you accept that there is a change in center state relations in last 10 years? Can we say that India has become more unitary than federal in the last 10 years? Yes or no? It has become more unitary or more federal? మీరు చెప్పండి. రోజు గవర్నమెంట్ చూస్తాను కదా, సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ని. Whether central government, whether center is giving adequate freedoms or whether it is suppressing states. No, it is up to you to decide. నాకు తెలియదు. Now it is, next chapter is about you, that is district collectors. Who is district collector? What are the functions of district collector? What you are going to do after getting selected? Right? What will you do? What will you do? As a district collector, what will you do? Collections are, అంతేనా? కలెక్టర్ అంటే కలెక్షనే కదా ఉండేది, మరి ఇంకేముంటుంది? సో దెర్ ఈస్ అ సేయింగ్ దట్ collector is a kingpin in the entire Indian administration. He is equal to a little tortoise on which the entire Indian administration stays on. That means without district collector there is no Indian administration. Alright, now think that if Hyderabad is a part of bordering city between India and Pakistan, and you are a collector of that Hyderabad, what will you do when there is a emergency? What is your first priority? As a collector, what will you do? Transfer, sir. ఫస్ట్ మనకి ఎందుకు చెప్పు, తలనొప్పులు తలకాయ నొప్పులు అవసరం లేదు. ఎక్కడ సేఫ్ ఉంటే అక్కడ ఉండాలి మనం. Now what is your first priority? The importance of collector comes only when there is an emergency. Alright, so this is very important. The role of district collector comes when he acts during emergencies, because the entire district looks at you. You are seen as a savior. A district collector is always given highest importance in any kind of emergency. You take natural disasters or man-made disasters. Alright, so you will come to know about this district collector. The role of civil services, the same topic that you have seen in first chapter. There is no much difference. అక్కడ చదివితే ఇక్కడ చదివినట్టే. ఇక్కడ చిన్న క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతా, whether civil servant should be neutral or active? Whether civil servant should be neutral or active? This question came in what you call ethics paper. It came in ethics paper, it came in PubAd paper in last 5 years. Now what is your stand? Neutral or activist role? What should be the role of what you call a district collector? So, what you call, whether civil servant should be active or neutral? Now this is what an important debate. Amma? Absolutely good. Now this is a kind of judgment that is required when you are writing answer. Right? So PubAd marks depends upon how you are judging, how you are concluding. Once you are good in this, ilanti mindset unte definitely you will get good marks. Alright, so it depends. It is an intuition to decide way to be neutral, way to be what you call active. Say for example, we have a rule that ration will be given to those people who have attached their ration card with the Aadhaar card. Do we have this rule or not? Unda leda? The one who have attached what you call Aadhaar with ration will be given ration. Now think that a genuine poor person who has no awareness, who has not interlinked his Aadhaar with what you call ration card, will you deny ration or will you provide ration? Now, based upon this topic, in last 10 years, 3 times questions have come in UPSC's GS paper. Role of technology in public service delivery. Role of digital technology in PDS. This was a question asked specifically. Because there was a Hindu paper article where 60% of people in Jharkhand remote areas, they have not interlinked Aadhaar with ration. And there was a denial of basic ration. As a district collector, what will you do? No, will you follow, will you be neutral to that what you call poor person, or will you be an activist to that, do you show an active role? Whether do you show a pro-poor, what you call pro-poor attitude, or will you follow simply rules? Inka cheppalante, will you follow rules or will you break rules? Whenever you talk about activism, you need to break rules. Sometimes rules always acts as a hurdle. Sometimes rules acts as a hurdle. Now when they are hurdle, what will you do? Yes sir, we are bureaucrats. Bureaucrats' essential character is to follow rules. We are rule bounded. Will you be rule bounded? Then stop writing civils exam. So you should have that intuition. Rules ekkada follow kavali, rules ekkada break cheyali, rules ni ela vadukovali, ela marchukovali, you should know about all these things. That is what activism means. Alright? Administrative reforms since independence, the next chapter. Alright? Financial reforms, civil service reforms. Have you seen reforms in India? At least financial reforms. Vachina leda? Banking sector reforms, taxation reforms, LPG, right? So we have a structural reforms in India. Similarly, we have reforms in human resources, that is in civil services, different committees. We have first ARC, second ARC, and we have specific committees like YK Alag Committee, Surendranath Committee, PC Hota Committee. So we have different committees who have recommended different changes in civil services. Say for example, alright, say for example, Baswan Committee recommendations, which are not still implemented. So if next changes that should be introduced in civils, it is this what you call recommendations. So one of the essential recommendation of this Baswan Committee is making PubAd as a compulsory paper. Telsa meeku adi? In case tomorrow you should not get surprised if PubAd is made as a compulsory paper, because it is pending decision till now from 2017. And already in government circles, particularly in the union government, at the level of secretaries, they have argued in favor of making PubAd and public policy as a compulsory paper. No, these are the kind of reforms which are required. Without the knowledge of administration, public servants are selected. Same like what you call Mysore Bajji. అందుకే మనం బజ్జీ అని పిలుస్తాం ఈ మధ్యన, మైసూర్ తీసి పక్క పెట్టేసినాం. Public servants are selected without the knowledge of administration. So now UPSC want to bring these kind of changes or reforms. So same as these kind of reforms, right from 1970s, for every 20 years there were reforms made. The last reform made in civils was in 2013. The next reform will be in, if it is 20 years, ఎప్పుడు 33, కరెక్ట్. అప్పటిదాకా ఉంటారా? రెండు అటెంప్ట్లు సార్, వచ్చింది లేకపోతే లేదు, ఇది కాకపోతే ఇంకొకటి, అంతేనా? అయితే ఇదే జీవితమా? దెర్ ఆర్ పీపుల్ హూ వర్క్ until the last attempt. If you ask me, అయితే అటెంప్ట్ అన్న అయిపోవాలి, లేకపోతే ర్యాంక్ అని రావాలి. నౌ దెర్ ఈస్ వన్ సేయింగ్ విచ్ ఐ ఆల్వేస్ సే, రాసి పెట్టుంటే రాసుకుంటూ పోతే ఎప్పుడో ఒకప్పుడు ఏదో సర్వీస్ వస్తుంది. సో ఇలా ఫస్ట్ రెండు ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి, రాసి పెట్టి ఉండాలి, రాసుకుంటూ పోవాలి. రైట్, ఇవి రెండు ఉంటే చాలు. రైట్, సో దట్ మీన్స్ రైట్, సో వర్క్ until you achieve your goal. Alright, so this is about the topic of administrative reforms. Next, rural development, urban local bodies, nothing but your 73rd and 74th amendment acts. ఎక్కడ చదువుకున్నారు? మళ్ళీ పాలిటీలనే. Article 243 to Article 243 ZG, the entire evolution of local bodies in India. There is no difference, only there will right in topic of rural development there will be one question which is frequently asked, the challenges faced by local bodies in India. యొక్క క్వశ్చన్ చదువుకుంటే చాలు, అదే వస్తుంది ఎప్పటికీ. రైట్, సిమిలర్లీ in urban local governments there are two questions, urban what called global local debate, new localism. అయిపోయింది. అంటే మీరు చాప్టర్కి 2 క్వశ్చన్లు 3 క్వశ్చన్లు చదువుకున్నా చాలు, ఎక్కువ చదవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ఒక క్వశ్చన్ చదవడానికి ఎంతసేపు పడుతుంది మీకు? హౌ మచ్ టైమ్ డూ యూ రిక్వైర్ టు రీడ్ ఆన్సర్ ఆఫ్ 250 words? Go to your 10th class, the Batti mind. What you have done in your 10th class? Have you passed? Have you cleared 10th class? ఖచ్చితంగా పాస్ అయ్యారు కాబట్టి మీరు 10th క్లాస్లో ఎట్లా చదివిందో ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్ చదవడానికి ఎంత టైం పడుతుంది మీకు? అర్ధగంట పడుతుందా? 15 నిమిషాలేనా? క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్ రాసి మీకు ఇచ్చింది అనుకోండి, దాన్ని బట్టి కొట్టడానికి ఎంత టైం పడుతుంది? అంతకుమించి ఎక్కువ పడుతుంది కదా. అంటే ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ 15 minutes విల్ కంప్లీట్ 1 answer. టు కంప్లీట్ 100 answers హౌ మచ్ టైం విల్ యూ టేక్? 15 into 100 అంతేనా? 1500 minutes అయిపోయింది పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్. మీరు అనుకున్నంత పెద్ద అనకొండ కాదు ఇది, చాలా సింపుల్గా ఉంటుంది. కాకపోతే ఏంటంటే ఈ మధ్యన ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్ బాగా క్రియేట్ చేసిండు, పబ్బాడ్ అంటే ఒక నెగిటివ్ థాట్ క్రియేట్ చేసిండు. దానికి తోడు 2013 ఫ్రమ్ 2013 to 2017 రైట్, ద క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ వాజ్ సో డిఫికల్ట్ ఇన్ పబ్బాడ్. ఫ్రమ్ 2013 to 2017 క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ వాజ్ మోర్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్, మోర్ లెంతీ, మోర్ డిఫికల్ట్. ఈవెన్ ఫర్ మీ right, it was difficult to answer the questions. That is the reason why people failed to score marks in the time period, and it was in the time period people left public administration. But in last 5 years questions are very direct and very simple. Particularly 2019 నుంచి మొదలు పెడితే ఈ లాస్ట్ 5 years లో పేపర్ has become very easy and straight forward, no hiccups, no twists, same as your 10th class. Right, so if you are good in theory, if you are good in content, you can answer the questions. All right, so this is what about urban and rural local bodies. The next topic is law and order administration, a part of your internal security. That is a part of your GS paper 3. GS paper 3 lo undi internal security challenges, role of different what you call armed forces and paramilitary forces. What is the role of BSF? What is the role of ITBP? What is now I'll ask one question. If wife and husband fight among themselves, where these issues are settled? Do they go to police stations, family police stations, or what you call Mahila police stations? If an issue comes, will you go to police station? పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ పోయి అలవాటు ఉన్నదా? ఇంకా అవసరం రాలేదు సార్, అంతే కదా. అవసరం వచ్చినా పోతారా? లేదు సార్, ఏ పోలీసు వాళ్ళతో పెట్టుకోవద్దు, అది మంచి అయినా చెడైనా పోలీసు వాళ్ళతో పెట్టుకోవద్దు. పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ ముందు ఇల్లు కట్టుకోవద్దు, పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ ముందు ఇల్లు వాటికల్ రెంట్ ఉండవద్దు. ఎందుకు? పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వేటెడ్ టు Yamapuri. No one is encouraged to go to police station because we have an attitude, a kind of what you call stigma, a prejudice has been developed in Indian mindset. We hate police stations and police oda. పోలీసుని పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటారా మీరు? చేసుకోరు. జాబ్ పక్కన పెట్టు. ఆ ఫస్ట్ పోలీసులకు పెళ్ళి కావు. మీకు ఫస్ట్ తెలుసుకోవాలి. అవి డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో జాయిన్ అయితే ఎస్ఐలు సిఐలు అయితే వాళ్ళకి పెళ్ళిళ్ళు కావు. ఎందుకంటే మనకు స్టిగ్మా అంటే పోలీసు వల్ల వద్దు. దేర్ ఇస్ నో డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ అండ్ హోమ్. అందరూ ఒకలాగా ఉంటారు వాళ్ళకి. రైట్, అంటే ఆ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ప్రివిలేజ్. సో హౌ ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ ఈజ్ integrated, how Indian society what you call visualizes this police. Now what is the reason behind this image of police in society? Why a negative attitude has been developed in the Indian society among this police? So we'll come to know about all these things. ఇవన్నీ ఇప్పుడే చెప్పాను, మన సిలబస్లో కవర్ అవుతాయి ఇవన్నీ. రైట్, జనరల్ టాపిక్, పబ్బాట్తో సంబంధమే లేదు. రైట్, ద లాస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ సిగ్నిఫికెంట్ ఇష్యూస్ ఇన్ పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్. మొత్తం ఏం చదివినో అని ఒక్కొక్క దాని దగ్గర ఒక టాపిక్ పెట్టాడు. ఇలా కొత్తగా ఏం ఉండదు. మళ్ళీ వాల్యూస్ ఇన్ పబ్లిక్ సర్వీసెస్, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ కరప్షన్, డిజాస్టర్ మేనేజ్మెంట్. రైట్, సో సిటిజన్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్, దట్ ఈస్ సిటిజన్ చార్టర్స్, అలాంటివి. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ ది ఎంటైర్ సిలబస్ ఆఫ్ పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్. రైట్, నౌ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు ఫాలో బుక్స్, ఐ విల్ గివ్ అ బుక్ లిస్ట్. రైట్, book list that should be followed for public administration. So how many of you know that there is a book called as Lakshmikant Public Administration? తెలుసా? ఆ బుక్ చదువుకోండి చాలు. నిజంగానే సార్ ఒక బుక్ చాలంటే ఒక్క బుక్ తోటి 260 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి మీకు. ఇంకేం అవసరం లేదు. ఆ బుక్ మొత్తం చదివిన తర్వాత మీకు ఓపిక ఉండి ఇంకా బాగా చదవాలనుకుంటే, if you want to read more number of books, read New Horizons of Public Administration by Mohit Bhattacharya. New Horizons of Public Administration by Mohit Bhattacharya. Right? ఇది కొంచెం తలతిక్క బుక్, అంత ఈజీగా అర్థం కాదు, చాలా అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్గా ఉంటుంది బుక్. సో మై బెస్ట్ అడ్వైజ్ ఈస్ ఒకసారి చూసి వదిలేయండి. డోంట్ ట్రై టు రీడ్ ఇట్. ఇంట్రెస్ట్ పోతుంది పబ్బాడి మీద. రైట్, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ మై ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్. ఏ బుక్ చదవాలి, ఎంతవరకు చదవాలి, ఎక్కడి వరకు చదవాలి. రైట్, నెక్స్ట్ సెకండ్ పేపర్కి రీడ్ ఇండియన్ పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ బై ఆర్కే అరోరా అండ్ రజనీ గోయల్. దిస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ జస్ట్ ఫర్ పబ్బాడ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో వెరీ యూస్ఫుల్ ఫర్ యువర్ జిఎస్ పేపర్. మీకు పాలిటీ గవర్నెన్స్ మంచి బుక్స్ లేవు, బట్ యూ కెన్ యూస్ దిస్ బుక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియన్ పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ బై రజనీ గోయల్ అండ్ ఆర్కే అరోరా. ఒక్క బుక్ చాలు. ఈ లక్ష్మీకాంత్ పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ ఒక బుక్, న్యూ హారిజన్స్ ఆఫ్ పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ ఇంకొక బుక్, తర్వాత ఇండియన్ పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ బై రజనీ గోయల్ అండ్ ఆర్కే అరోరా ఇంకొక బుక్ మర్చిపోయినా, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ థింకర్స్ బై ప్రసాద్ అండ్ ప్రసాద్. అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ థింకర్స్ బై ప్రసాద్ అండ్ ప్రసాద్. Alright, so this is what the important books. So anyhow, the best advantage of my class is no need to purchase all these books. నేనే మొత్తం నోట్స్ ఇస్తా. ఇంకొక అడ్వాంటేజ్, క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్సర్ మొత్తం నేనే ఇస్తా. క్వశ్చన్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్స్. తర్వాత ఎగ్జామ్స్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్స్. మీరు చేయాల్సిన పని ఏంటిదంటే, యు జస్ట్ నీడ్ టు రీడ్ అండ్ కంప్లీట్ వాట్ ఈస్ గివెన్ టు యూ. అదొక్కటి చేస్తే చాలు. ఇచ్చినట్టు చదివితే చాలు, ఇంకేం అవసరం లేదు. రైట్, సో ఐల్ టేక్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ 3.5 months to complete the entire syllabus, provided it is a 2 hours class. 2 hours class unte I'll complete the syllabus in 3.5 months. Alright, with complete notes as well as question and answers. Alright, written by me, not from ChatGPT, not from AI. Okay na, అంటే నేను AI ChatGPT రాకముందు ఇవన్నీ రాసి పెట్టుకున్నా. సో ఇంకా మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మీ. PubAd leads the syllabus when compared to other optionals. Alright, less number of topics. Hardly, specifically, we have 6 topics which are what you call typical to public administration, and remaining all other 17 chapters, they are either related with polity or governance. Alright. So any kind of queries, anyone to ask any question, you can start asking me. First of all, have you enjoyed the class? ఈ క్లాస్ పక్క పెట్టండి. ఎంజాయ్ చేసిల్లా క్లాసు? లాంగ్వేజ్ అర్థమవుతుందా? ఇంగ్లీష్ అర్థమవుతుందా? ఇవి 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 అర్థమైతే ఆటోమేటిక్గా సబ్జెక్ట్ కూడా అర్థమైపోతుంది. రైట్. దెన్ వెన్ షుడ్ ఐ స్టార్ట్ ద క్లాస్? సో నా ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్, హౌ మెనీ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు కమ్ టు క్లాస్? అది ఇంపార్టెంట్. you'll decide, take time, alright. So check other optionals, then take a wise decision. Alright. Inka amma. So chaala mandiki doubt entadante pubad static subject dynamic subject. Facts anni static avi maaravu. మారేది ఏంటిది? ఆన్సర్ రైటింగ్. ఆన్సర్ రైటింగ్ ఎప్పుడైతే మనకు అంటే when you have the art of answer writing, alright, then you can score marks. So subject is static, but when it comes to writing of answers, you need to show the dynamism. The one who shows dynamism will obviously get marks. And of course, when you see the recent papers, there is no much scope for dynamism in questions. Most of the questions are simple and straightforward, which are mostly factual based. So there is no much what you call dynamism in the questions asked. So that means in the next 5 years, you can expect the same kind of trend in public administration. In the next 5 years, the question paper will be straightforward, easy and factual. Okay. So ఇప్పుడు పబ్బాట్ని అంత తొక్కడు. ఇప్పుడు తొక్కే ఆప్షన్స్ వేరే ఉన్నాయి. యూపీఎస్సీకి వస్తే ఒక ట్రెండ్ ఉంటుంది. మా టైంలో అంటే ఫ్రమ్ 2001 to 2010 90% హైదరాబాద్లో 90% క్యాండిడేట్స్ దేర్ ఆప్షనల్స్ ఆర్ పబ్బాడ్, జాగ్రఫీ, తెలుగు లిటరేచర్, ఆంథ్రపాలజీ. అందరి కామన్ ఆప్షనల్ ఈజ్ పబ్లిక్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్. పబ్బాడ్ జాగ్రఫీ, పబ్బాడ్ ఆంథ్రపాలజీ, పబ్బాడ్ తెలుగు లిటరేచర్. 90% క్యాండిడేట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ 2011 to 2000 now. What is dominating? Now you know. What about pubad geography? You don't see. And after next 5 years, 6 years, what will happen? What will happen? In 1990s, the trend was political science, history. In 2000s, the trend was pubad geography. Now it is sociology, political science, anthropology. Tomorrow, who knows? Alright. And UPSC has its own logic. Alright. So don't think about UPSC, think about yourself, think about what you call your efforts. Alright. So I always advise the student to have least effort in your UPSC preparation. Never make your preparation more burdensome. Don't create unnecessary what you call troubles for yourself. Alright. Inka. So to your question, the answer is, for next 5 years, the question paper will be factual. Okay. See, coming to value additions in public administration, it depends upon your what you call awareness of current affairs. Alright. So there is a way of using current affairs. Say for example, just now I asked a question about prime ministers being authoritarian. Now you can use this. You can use current affairs. How cabinet cabinet is working, how decisions are being taken, how parliament is supporting the government. So that is what you call a dynamism. Using of reports, Supreme Court judgments. Alright. So that is what the part of current affairs that can use in public administration. So you need to be thorough, and whenever you read current affairs, you should mark. Right. Whatever you read, if it is useful for pubad, mark there itself. That is how I used to prepare. I used to have my own paper cuttings from Hindu paper, which are being used in public administration. because every time you see a news on CAG, you see news on Prime Minister, you see news on what called policies and what called programs of government. So it is this which are important for PubAd. ఇంకా సో యూ వాంట్ మీ టు లీవ్, మీరు నేను పోతే మీరు పోతారు.